Hello everyone and welcome to part 3 of our interaction system series. In this tutorial, in this video, we will be creating a dynamic interaction text inside the widget. When the door is opened, it says close, and when the door is closed, it will say open. Instead of having this interact button for everything, now we can have a custom interaction text uh, for literally anything. So let's say it's television. It can say turn on TV or turn on, and it's anything else. You can say anything you want. Okay, so let's get started. First, we need to go inside our interactable space, and we want to create a variable here. Or sorry, first we need to go inside our interfaces and create two functions. One that set the interaction text, and it takes the parameter text. And the second function is get interaction text, and it takes parameters text and interaction text. Okay, now inside our interactable space, let's override these functions. Now for the get interaction text, let's simply promote this to a variable. Okay, and let's make this variable default value to be interact. Let's expose it. Okay, and for the set interaction text, we actually need to change the text of this widget, right? So we need a way to access the widget inside our interactable space. How do we do it? We simply get the begin play. Inside the begin play, we get our interaction widget component. We get the widget of it, and we cast to our WBP interaction. Now, if we cast it successfully, let's promote this to a variable. Okay. Now we can access our interaction widget. So inside our interaction widget, we need to change this text. So let's create a function for it. Sorry, a function for it. Let's say update interaction text. And it takes input a text and new text. Now we get this text block, convert to as if it's valid. Let's set text as new text. And now we can call this update interaction text, and the set parameter is this parameter here. Great. Now, in the begin play, after we get this interaction widget blueprint, we need to call sequence. We need to call this set interaction text function. So set interaction text, and the interaction text is the get interaction text. Okay, great. Now, if you go here, we can see the let's give this category of parameters. Okay, now you can see the interaction text. It says interact. If I change it, I say open, for example, and you go here, it says open. Now if I click it, the door is open, but it still says open. Now we needed to say close door, right? Not open. So to do that, we need to go inside our interactable door class, and we need to override this get interaction text. Okay, in our base class, it only returns the interaction text, but in our door, we needed to check if it's open, it needs to return closed, and if it is closed, it needs to return open. So let's get this is open variable here and search for select. and connect the return value to the interaction text. Now, if it is open, we needed to say close. Okay, and if it's false, we needed to say open. Now, if we start, before let's reset this to interact, and if you go in here, it says open because the boolean is false. Okay, so now if I open it, it's gonna say open again, and that's because we didn't tell the engine that to update the interaction text, right? It still says open. We only updated it in the begin play, right? In here. But we needed to also update it in here after we open the door or after we close it. So when the timeline is finished. So let's paste this here. And now it should work. Close, open, close. Okay, let's try this one. Open, close. Great. Now, one thing I want to say is if you want to make the door faster, you could change the length here, or you could just manipulate the timeline play rate. What is it called? Play rate. Oh yeah, here you get in the component set play rate, for example, and you can set the play rate however you want. So if I want it to be faster, I set it 2, for example, or you could do it inside the beginner play once and for all. As you can see now, it's faster. If I set it 15, it will be super huge, super fast, as you can see. Okay, and the lower it is, the slower it is. So 1 is normal, 0.5 is very slow, and if you set it as minus, it won't work. As you can see, 0.5 is very slow. Now if we set it as -1, yeah, it snaps. Okay, so it has to be a positive value. I think that's it for this tutorial. It's very short and fast tutorial. And the next and last tutorial, we will be implementing the button image, dynamic button image. So if you are using a keyboard and mouse, I wanted to show a keyboard and mouse button. And if you are using a Xbox controller, I wanted to show the X button on the Xbox controller. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.